All right, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of Questlog. It's a weekly show about video games, old and new. My name is Tyler Everett, and we're back, baby! It's episode 63. We are all rested and relaxed, and everything's great in the world. And I have Brian and Kat Maxwell with me. How's it going, guys?
Good. Good to be back at it.
Yeah. You done had a birthday.
Yeah.
Big birthday.
And Krang and Luke are here too. They didn't have birthdays. So
Oh, hi,
'em.
Tyler.
How's it going, man? Mans?
Good to be here.
Both mans?
Men?
Men?
Tearing me apart, Tyler.
Oh, man.
Didn't hit her. I didn't.
It's bullshit. Okay,
I
so
did not.
we're like super late to the party, but we all finally saw the room. And we were all in the same room. We got
Only,
to
only 15 years
It
late.
was very meta.
I didn't have to see it to fully. I read it on
I read it, yeah.
Wikipedia while you guys were watching it, and Brian showed me the clips, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm
No,
good.
it really can't. The whole
No.
whole like three and a half minutes in, and it just launches into this sex scene that feels completely out of place because they were just having a tickle fight on the bed, and then this like kid that they're mentoring has walked into the room and talked to him and said that he likes to watch him. Like, it's so weird and out of place. Like,
It's the
Wasn't he
wildest
like
thing.
ramming her like in the belly button and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
actually, like
Yeah.
enough
Yeah, that
where
was
it
happening
would
for sure.
be
You
there,
can't-
yeah.
It's
can't
the very
do
definition
that
of,
stuff.
so bad that it's good.
Yeah, it was very sincere. It didn't feel like it was a... it was sincerely as bad as it could be.
Oh, his accent, man, the way he talks, holy crap.
Yeah, that Louisiana accent. It'll get you every time.
Yep.
But yeah,
New Orleans.
Kat was generous and got Brian a cool birthday gift. We all went to a hotel and played board games and watched a terrible movie. And it was great.
Yeah.
It was the single nerdiest use of a hotel room ever.
It's nice.
That's true. That's true.
Hmm.
Well, he works hard and good dad and good husband, and needed a nerdy weekend out for his birthday.
It was much appreciated all around. Yeah,
know
we
what?
Had I not been sick, I would have joined you guys.
Hey, you had the plague moving through your house at the time.
We did have the plague.
It's no bueno. But yeah, we played a lot of board games. We ate a lot of junk food. It's a good time. It's good to get back to a different kind of gaming.
We
Used
cooked
to-
a lot of onion soup.
Did we do that?
Oh yeah, dude, we cooked a ton of onion soup.
Cooked it
And
too
then
much.
mushroom soup.
Oh,
And tomato
shit.
soup?
Oh, you're doing like a segue thing,
burgers?
Krang. Oh, man. Hey, you know what, guys? Let's use this opportunity to switch topics and do what is known as a segue into some games that we've played. And I'll do that with this musical accompaniment. Fuck you, Krang. I'm not going to take your cues, okay? You're not going to run this show. I decide when the segue happens. I'll run this thing right into the dirt.
That segue is like, like what was it? The CEO of Segway who drove it off of a cliff and died.
Yeah, I
That's
don't understand the reference, but yeah, definitely like that. Oh man, hey, while we were in that hotel room stuck, we couldn't go anywhere because that wouldn't have worked. We played a game called Overcooked.
We did play
was a
Overcooked.
game. Yeah,
You
Brian.
guys played Overcooked how many players? Two?
Three.
Three?
Three total.
Oh,
Yeah.
how did that work?
Better than it should
Good.
have.
Probably better than two.
Yeah, it
Not
was
as
pretty
good as four.
Who played?
Oh,
Hey,
there's the
everybody,
sound.
welcome to-
A lot of sound. Sorry.
Myself, Tyler, and Krang.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like that game quite a bit. There's you do a lot of the running around and knocking into each other. You get to be a cat person, and that's always good.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where you've got 3 people and you've got 4 people worth of jobs. So
Hmm.
there's never quite enough time, and something's always falling behind. And Kring yells at everyone. It's fun.
It was pretty cool to see how everyone's personality came into play there. Brian kind of gave
Yep.
us the rundown of like, hey, here's kind of how you play the game, and I was like, okay, let's just get in and do it. And we'd get like 3 minutes into one of these levels, and Kring would pause the game and stand up and go, okay, I've got it. No, this is what we need to do. And he would start doing like he would get out like his, pretend NFL coach play-by-play kind of thing, his teleprompter thing, and like draw out where everyone needed to be, and okay, here's the X, and you go here, you're gonna run it up through the O line.
The weird part is, Tyler, somehow it always ended up looking like a dick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
It's
Kring
like some
would
kind
be
of
giving
fixation.
directions, and Tyler would just be waiting for him to stop talking.
Yeah, I would purposely meet Brian's gaze with my own and just kind of like stare at him, waiting for Kring to stop, and then be like, okay, let's give it a try.
It usually worked, though.
Yeah.
Usually we were just fucking everything right up.
It's
and then put the structure.
Can
in
anyone
work.
confirm did this actually work?
Yeah, no,
Sometimes.
this level that we're seeing here though was the absolute worst.
Oh yeah.
We'd started to get into kind of like a groove. We were doing pretty well, and then they throw this level at you where like mice come out and start stealing the food, and you gotta whack the mice while you're trying to prepare everything. We all got unreasonably frustrated with this level.
Yeah, it's
Just let that one go.
It's a frantic game. Whether that's fun for you or not is up to you. But
Yeah, your mileage will.
I think it's pretty fun. Some levels better than others.
Yeah, it's the right kind of ridiculous. It's real goofy, and we had a lot of fun
This
thinking
one.
around with that.
I
It was on
enjoyed being
the
a
Switch.
raccoon in a wheelchair. That for me was just the right amount of ridiculous.
Yeah, there's like an Onion King. They try to like
Yep.
put some kind of convoluted apocalyptic story and time travel
The
elements.
story is
in.
ludicrous.
Yeah, it's
Oh, the
very-
Onion King, yeah.
Yeah, send you back in time to way back into like 1995.
Learn how to cook.
You gotta learn how to cook. Gotta prepare for the end times. It's wonderful.
It felt very much like the through the opening cutscene. It felt very much like it was a game made by the Behemoth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
that kind
does
of
that kind
that
of-
writing.
Just that kind of ridiculous and just off the wall stuff.
Yeah, I feel like if we would have got 4 people going on it, that would have been a good time.
Because I'm watching the 4 people play that you have on screen, Tyler. They're way better than we were.
Yeah, they've got a real production line going here that we didn't attain. Came close. But yeah, I this will be a good one to bring around when the camping thing happens. We'll get out some Overcooked again and let Luke give it a try. No one was gonna watch the room. The room wasn't gonna watch itself. I guess is what I was trying to say.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah, we got to a certain point where we had to let Overcooked be. Got well done, you might say.
Wasn't this a level where we first realized that you can burn things, or was that a different one?
Yeah. We're like, hey, what's this? A
is the
fire
first one where stuff
extinguisher?
caught on fire?
Oh, because Tyler forgot to get the soup off and started a giant kitchen fire. That was pretty entertaining. Yep. Good old times there. But yeah, that's the only thing I think that we've all been really playing, or that we all actually played in the same room together. Brian, what do you been playing this week?
So you had your segue. Kring was trying to set you up again.
Yeah, I don't.
At the Behemoth,
Do that.
but
Yeah.
I played Pit People, Tyler.
Pit
Speaking of the
People?
Behemoth,
All right, yeah, they make games.
yeah, it's almost out of early access, and I just couldn't wait any longer. Had to take another swing at it. It's been a few months.
You were supposed
I
to be
sure
the
don't know how I
strongest.
feel about this game. It's
I know kind of how you feel about it because you wrote like a whole awesome article on our website, questlogcast.com. We
I
gave
did,
kind of like
but
an early
it's-
access review of it.
I don't know who this game is for. Like, this game's existence confuses me because it's a strategy RPG where you've got turn-based combat on hexes,
Uh-huh.
which a lot of those phrases I think are going to scare off a lot of people from ever wanting to play it ever. But it's also like, it's super simple. Like, all you do is move. You tell your characters where to move, and then they hit whoever they're going to hit, and that's your turn. So,
Gotcha.
it's a weird.
It looks like the people that did Castle Crashers.
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
the
it?
same. It's the
Okay.
same people, and it's got Will Stamper doing the voiceover work, which is just fucking amazing. He's hilarious, but yeah, it's a weird blend. It's a weird mashup.
Right, because I mean, usually when you think of like, okay, it's a strategy game with this hex-based, combat and movement, that kind of like sets this tone that okay, this is going to be kind of a hardcore thing. This is like a strategy game, and then really when you get into it, it's just kind of chaos once you set your emotions into play.
Kind of, yeah, because
Yeah.
all you do is tell them where to move, and then they'll automatically hit someone that they're standing next to, and everything takes place all at once. So it's fast and it's snappy, but it's hard to tell who did what damage to who. So it's real messy. So I feel like that's gonna scare off a lot of the hardcore strategy gamers. And it's the behemoth, so there's a lot of dick and fart jokes, and I'm just not sure who this game's for. Like, it's charming and I still like it, but
Then obviously, Brian, this game is for you.
this game is for me. Thank
They
you.
made it specifically for you, Brian.
Thank
This
you
is
to
the
the
ultimate Brian game.
I don't know if it's that, but
Is it though?
I'm liking it. I'm liking
No,
it.
'cause that's Hollow Knight mixed with A Night in the Woods. Just mash those two together, and that's the ultimate Brian game.
No, the ultimate Brian game would be Final Fantasy Tactics because it never gets old for him.
Cat knows.
That is completely the ultimate Brian game.
So just remake exactly that with new characters.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Please. It's been 20 years. I'm waiting.
Get some DLC on that thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Will you play anything else this week?
I'm still working on Slay the Spire. That
Slay the
game's just
Spire.
addictive and wonderful, and
How many times have you beat that now?
probably 7 or 8.
That Spire.
But it's a run-based game. It's not a game that you play to see the end of it. It's
Right. Yeah.
They added a new mode called Ascension. That, like, when you beat it, it just gets more difficult each run. So you're trying to finish it, several consecutive runs.
So is that
Still the
more
same.
like an endless run type deal?
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you should give it a try, Luke. It's real good.
How long is like the average game?
A successful run might take an hour, but those aren't super common either. So I don't know, half an hour.
I think
Seems all right.
what Luke's really asking is he going to be able to get in a game before he gets interrupted with something stupid?
I can't comment on how many stupid things happen to you, Luke, but I'd like to think so. I hope
Yeah.
so. I sure hope so for your sake.
Well, it depends if it's a week that I'm on call or not, because did not go so well for me today.
Spoilers. I really dig the art style of the like actual gameplay. The things that are happening on screen are pretty neat. I know you mentioned like the cards are kind of plain but functional. I hope that those change a little because they look kind of yeah.
I mean, some people like it. It's not to my taste, but
Yeah.
it's unique at least.
I've been hearing it sounds like it's getting like a lot of praise, not just from you, but from other people in the industry and stuff. Like it's definitely a popular thing. So hopefully they make a bunch of money and get to keep adding to it. That's cool.
Yeah, it's simple and addictive. It's great.
I saw a bunch of Twitch streamers play it over the last week or two,
Mm-hmm.
so it's getting some stream time in.
Sweet. And I saw you said earlier you picked up Monster Hunter. You've
Yeah, I
decided to
did.
brave those wilds.
Monster Hunter World. Yep, never played a Monster Hunter game before.
It sounds super cool.
It's been getting good reviews early on. Feels a lot like a single player MMO to me. It's got that huge open world feel to it. And there is some multiplayer, I guess. Like you can take on your missions with other people if you want to. I'm sure some will probably require it.
Do you
But
think
yeah,
like so
Oh,
far
go
does
on.
this seem like a good jumping off point to get into the series? Do you feel like you got the right amount of like introductory stuff?
I don't have anything to compare it to. I'm told it's more user friendly, more newbie friendly than other games in the series, but boy, there's an awful lot going on, and it doesn't always explain itself
Hmm.
very well. There's definitely some effort having to be put in.
Yeah, these games have always been kind of intimidating to me in a way that.
I think there are 16 different weapon types, and they all seem to play and feel different from one another. So, like, I started off with a lance and a shield, and I was just way too slow, so I switched to a big ass like katana,
Yeah.
and I can dive and roll with that. Like, I don't need no shield because I'm never gonna block. I'm just bad at blocking in games. I just don't do it. So
I just
I'm just gonna roll around.
I just saw a cutscene where a team of kitties
Go on.
prepared a meal in a very bombastic fashion,
Yeah. Yep.
and that
There's
seems
a lot of little kitty people.
That's, I might need to pick this up now.
Uh-huh.
That seemed real ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a good kind of ridiculous though. Like,
Yeah.
you're undertaking missions to go out and kill monsters, and like a lot of it are like these big boss monsters where you've got to follow them around and watch their habits, and they have different stages. Like, there's this big lizard that will, like, it'll eat up other monsters in one big gulp and get this big fat stomach, and then it'll like roll at you and roll you over.
Hmm.
When it gets hurt, it tries to run back to its lair, and you've got to chase it down.
It's interesting.
Yeah, like you're grinding for crafting materials. There's a lot of crafting in the game, which I kind of like. Like, I don't know, you're not getting swords and shields and armor drops, but you're getting crafting materials to go back to base and craft new things.
Is it stuff like buffs and traps and things like that? Like,
I think so.
Okay.
I haven't really engaged with the traps and that sort of thing yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, like there's a lot of fights, but it's not like Diablo. Like, you're not mowing down fields of enemies. It's more like a series of long, drawn out boss fights.
What is your goal in the game? Is this like a conservation effort? Are you doing this for the good of the kingdom? What is the
Some of the missions are like that. Like, this is a new island that we've found, and like there's some people who are like, "Hey, I'm a researcher, and I need to see what species are here. So I need you to go out and report back about what the wildlife's like."
Apparently, a giant rainbow dinosaur tail bird, the butterfly thing, is what you would say.
I'd want to know about that.
I'd be
That
like,
looks like a
shit's
thing
wild.
from Fantastic Beasts.
I can't confirm or
cannot
deny,
confirm or
but
deny that.
Oh. I thought you'd seen that movie, Brian.
No, I would, but I don't do things, Kring. I talk about doing them, but I don't do them.
yeah, you gotta literally send them to a hotel in another city.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, this okay. It looks like it's combining kind of like the Dark Souls-y kind of combat.
It is
With-
kind of slow, deliberate combat. Like, you
Yeah.
can't really mindlessly mash the buttons. You've got to watch and dodge. Yeah.
So, Brian, you're playing this on PS4?
Yes.
Is it out on PC or coming to PC?
I think it's coming to PC, but I think it's going to be quite some time.
And I'm assuming no cross-platform play.
I doubt it. I don't know for sure. I know it's out on Xbox as well. I could see you getting into the gameplay of this, Tyler. The rapping might dissuade you, but I could see the gameplay loop being your kind of thing.
Yeah,
See
And
the
the
rapping?
customization and the crafting and the the
yeah,
battles are.
when they start beatboxing, they just kind of lose me, Luke. Their flow is real weak. I need people with real bars. I can't take this mumble rap bullshit.
You don't want to rap about this action?
Oh, I thought you were going a different way. No, I don't want to do that either. I think he meant the dressing,
Yeah, no.
the booty shorts and the weird hats and the giant tooth swords and stuff. Those
Yeah.
definitely are not my thing. But
But you like dressing up your people.
I do, but if I only, I'm sure there's some cool options.
Tyler's not Tyler's not as upset about the clothing as he is about the weaponry because
Pretty upset
Tyler needs accurate swords or it's no go.
I don't need it, but you know, I do
Tyler
appreciate
plays
it.
WoW. He does not need any kind of accuracy with his weaponry.
That's true. That's true. Oh man, that dragon looks neat. So,
There is no cross-platform play.
Is that ever a thing to expect? Is that like a thing that any games really do?
I think
ever?
it's a nice
One
bonus.
can hope.
Rocket League.
That's
Rocket
yeah,
League.
Rocket League.
That's the one you get. You get
There's
Rocket
our
League.
there's our shining star. Hopefully one day we can all be like Rocket League. I think Brian, you were saying something like there's 16 players that can be in the world at the same time, but
Yeah, it's sort of
like-
instanced, and you can
Yeah.
join up for people on missions. And I haven't done that because I still feel terribly clumsy at the game. Plus,
Yeah.
people.
well,
Every time
yeah,
you sign
the
in, it's like,
internet
hey, do you want to, join voice chat? I'm just like, no, never.
No, don't want to do that. Not ever. Not now. Not ever. Yeah. Don't blame you. Well, cool,
I'm not talking
man.
to strangers playing a game. I barely want to talk to you guys. So.
Yeah. Understood. Loud and clear, bud. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you took the plunge on that because I was curious about it. I've been hearing a lot of talk about Monster Hunter, and it's cool to kind of
Yeah.
see how it looks. That's good.
It's neat.
It is neat. Hey, you said it's kind of MMO like. I just decided to straight up just play an MMO instead. You know?
No.
Yeah, I know. That's hard to believe. But yeah, man, still plucking away at that Legion. Did some more of the raids on one of my alts, and I had a weird experience. A weird experience happened. So the one night I was telling you guys I was raiding with my guild, and it was really cool, and I felt like I was part of the team, and I was having a really good time. You know?
Did they kick you out right after?
Yeah, oh yeah, they were like, you can't cut it, son. You got to get out of here. No. No, they were cool, but like once we got to a point where we wanted to stop, I was like, I kind of want to still keep going, so I queued up for LFR, which is looking for raid. And it's you just get put in a group with a bunch of randos and you do a raid, and that all was going okay until we got to the final boss. And one of the tanks just started losing his mind. Like the first pull happened, guy runs in, and there's a specific mechanic where like normally when a boss is like, hey guys, I'm charging up this big attack and here's the big cone in front of you that it's gonna hit, don't stand in it, everyone gets out of the way. In this particular encounter, you have to all get hit by this thing. It's part of the mechanic of the fight. Well, the one tank screwed it up and faced it away, and he caused a wipe. And this other guy just loses his mind and starts berating him and telling him he's an idiot and calling him all kinds of slurs and just going crazy on him, right? And so I'm like, oh, this is why I don't do this thing, right? Like, this one guy is gonna just drive this whole thing straight into the dirt and ruin it for everybody. But we keep going, and the boss drops a helmet that would be an upgrade for me, and it goes to irate tank guy. So I'm like, hey, he's like, hey, roll for this, which is in WoW, what you do is everyone types /roll, and it rolls a random number, and whoever has the highest number wins it. Well, I'm the only other warrior, I'm the only one that can equip it, so I win it. And like, okay, I gotta engage now with this like super toxic trolley guy. He's sitting here holding an item upgrade above my head, kind of just dangling it there like, hey, here you go, come get it. And he's taking his time, he's just talking about other stuff, he's just basically like, hey man, you still got that helmet? It was just this really weird interaction. He finally did give it up, but I almost had to beg for it. It felt real dirty.
I thought they automated all that stuff now.
They do to an extent, but there's still this element like, so if something drops in that group for him, he didn't need it, he could then give it to another player at his discretion. It wasn't like it's the personal loot system. Like, I technically had a roll on that same boss, but I didn't get loot that time. So he did, and he was like offering it up, but then was kind of being a dick about it. So yeah, I don't know.
That don't sound good.
it wasn't very good. It made the LFR thing seem like less of an appealing.
It reinforced what you already believed, what you already
Yeah,
knew.
I was like, yeah, this whole engaging with the general public thing is rather poor.
Probably shouldn't be playing an MMO then.
Well, yeah, I mean, my guild's pretty tight. Those guys are pretty all right. They'd have just given me the helm without making me dance for it like some kind of, you know. It felt like that scene in Community where he's like, make your money, whore. That's what it felt like. Like, I got your helmet. I got it.
Oh.
How bad do you want it? I was like, oh, come on. Don't make me beg for it, man. I just...
Who's Betty Grable?
It was kind of icky. But overall, I'm still having fun in WoW. Still playing a bunch of characters and doing all kinds of stuff. That's pretty good. And then I played a little bit of Subnautica with an M, I think. That's how it is. Oh no, Subnautica actually is the correct way to pronounce it. That game's real neat. Luke sold me on it. He like 10 years ago or
Finally
something
went 1.0?
when it first went to early access, and yeah, now it's finally out.
Bug free. It's done. Put a bow on it.
Yeah, from my experience, yeah, the game's perfect. I didn't experience any problems whatsoever, and I had a lot of fun.
Didn't crash in the 3 minutes that I loaded it up and played.
No, they done fixed everything, right, Luke?
Well,
Maybe not so much, huh?
so I picked it up a little bit today, which was one of the most frustrating parts of my day because I was on call today. So I even said it in chat. I just feel it. I'm gonna load up this game and I'm gonna get a phone call. And I kid you not, I got to the title screen of this game and my phone rang.
Sounds right.
So that happened 2 times in a row. The third time, I finally get into the game, and all right, I get into my little Moffy McMoth sub, and I go to an area to get some resources and crash.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, it hasn't done this before. Load up again, get to the exact same area, and crash. I'm sure the third time will be fine, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. The definition of insanity. Get to the exact same area and crash. Can't really fault the game though because I updated my video card driver, loaded back up, and it was solid after that.
See,
So,
yeah, there you go.
it's
Yeah,
all on my end.
I really like this game. I loaded it up expecting to play it for like maybe half an hour, 45 minutes or so, and like an hour and a half went by. I was just kind of sucked in. I was getting upgrades. I was doing all the stuff that I felt like I didn't really know how to do before. I don't know what they've actually changed about like the tutorials and like the pacing that you get blueprints and stuff, but it feels much better from what I remember.
Yeah, I think they streamlined that a little bit.
Yeah.
It made it a little bit more progressive.
Yeah, like within the first hour and a half, because I started right from scratch. I don't think it even found my old save or anything. So I started a brand new run, and I had already upgraded my oxygen tank twice by the time I was done with that session, which made a huge difference. I was able to stay underwater a lot longer and explore a lot more. They also added something else to the early part of the game that you're gonna see on here really quick. It's called the fucking crash fish. Fuck those things. Those suck real bad.
They've been in the game for a long time.
Okay, well they weren't in the game the last time I played.
But it's new to you.
Yeah, it's new to me, and they suck real hard.
Why do they suck, Tyler?
Well, because
You're gonna see.
You go.
Oh, they just kind of crash right into your face.
Yeah, that didn't really do it justice because the game's real serene at first. Like for getting dumped out of a spaceship and crashing violently into the ocean, it's a pretty calming experience after that. Like there's kind of nice music playing and you're just kind of swimming through.
The most relaxing near-death experience you've ever had.
Yeah. And so you're like, hey, I want to see what's in this little cave here, and then you hear like this little skittering kind of unhappy sound, and then all of a sudden this fucking fish comes flying out at you, screaming its head off and exploding in your face. It's not
Yep.
it's not good. It scared the shit out of me.
This game will continue to scare the shit out of you, by the way.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times now. You'll see I stocked up on acid mushrooms thinking that I could probably have a real fun evening. I just filled my inventory full of them. I didn't know what they did.
Stranded in a water world. That's one way to spend
These
your
acid
evening.
mushrooms sure look like a good idea if this shit starts to go south. I'll just pop a bunch of these bad boys and ride this out. No, they don't. I guess you use them to make batteries. I guess you use the acid to just. I think that's how that works. You just smash some copper and some acid together, and you get a battery out of it. It's pretty cool.
That's how real life works.
Highly recommend it. But yeah,
I had the piss scared out of me earlier. I was exploring a little dark cave, and I did a 180, and there was this giant. Think of a jellyfish with a brain inside of it, with crab legs.
Oh, Metroid.
so a Metroid, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
A Metroid with crab legs.
Yeah. Similar
It
to
gets
that.
really hot in his suit.
A Metroid in the water. Just right behind me.
Yeah, that would scare me. I had a similar thing happen to me when it was nighttime and I was swimming back to my little pod and I turned around and there was a giant ass stalker right behind me, and I had just crafted a knife. My fabricator spit out a knife at me. So I hacked violently at it out of just, scared reactions. And the blood, I think, from doing that drew more of them up. Because when you hack them, like a little yellow mist comes out of them. And then all of a sudden there was like 3 of them. And oh, no, there we go. Thought the stream died, sorry. Yeah, 3 of those stalker things being angry at you is no bueno. That ain't fun. They're like these big alligator shark looking things.
Yeah, they're like the first real threat you face.
And they're always trying to steal your salvage. They're trying to take that shit away. Like, it's no good.
That's how you get their teeth, by the way.
What's that? Hacking them with your sword or knife?
No,
Not
their
everything's a
teeth
sword,
will,
Tyler.
their teeth will break off when they grab onto the salvage.
Oh, pro tip. So then I just go snag their teeth off the bottom of the ocean, huh?
Yep.
I gotta play this with you, Luke. That's the way to do it. But yeah, Subnautica is real cool. It's way smoother, way more. I don't know. Just everything looks and plays a lot better than the last time I did. So 1.0.
It was always a real good-looking game, but the last few patches they really tweaked it.
Yeah. Yep, it's running well. Yeah, I'll probably play some more of that. I'll try to see some of the crazy stuff. I'm sure once you get to the base building and making vehicles and stuff, that starts to really take off. So,
I'm at the part where it's getting very, very difficult.
yeah.
I have to go down 900 meters, which is one of the deepest areas of the game, and resources are scarce, and everything wants to kill you.
Is it completely dark?
Certain areas are, but I'm going more towards a lava area, so it's actually lit up.
Okay.
Gotta love the lava area. Anyway, let's see. What about Kring? What have you been playing, man? What's new with you?
Lego Dimensions, Tyler. It's always
it's just Lego
always
Dimensions,
Lego Dimensions anymore.
all day and all night.
Yeah. Every time it's video games, my wife would be like, "Do you want to play? You want to play Lego?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to play Lego." Like, do you not? But
So you do.
Today we got to get into and dive real deep into the Portal stuff.
Okay.
There's a Portal level pack that you can buy, a whole Portal section. And there's actually a story mode where you play through Portal. And I thought that it was gonna just be a little Portal-y, but kind of tied into the rest of this thing. Instead, it's like you dump all these characters from all of these places into Portal, and it's like you go in there, and the voice actor who did Wheatley, that's who's doing
Stephen
Wheatley.
Merchant?
I'm pretty sure it sounded either it's him or it's somebody who sounds an awful lot like him. And GLaDOS is the same voice, or again, somebody who's does a really, really good impersonation of it.
That's awesome.
But then like it's scripted really well. I think what they do is a lot of times they'll take stuff direct from the source material.
Mhm.
Like a lot of times when they like I played the Ghostbusters one, and some of the audio, like you can tell, is directly ripped from the movie, but this sounds like it was recorded specifically for this, some of this stuff. And it's just like you get in there and it's basically you're playing a Portal game, but you can put whatever of these Lego characters that you want in there. Like I can play Portal with Gandalf. I can play Portal with Voldemort. And that's who we're playing through this with.
That's crazy.
It's all third person. That's cool.
It is. We played through the story there because there's two different ways. When you buy some of these, sometimes they'll just be like characters. You'll just get extra Lego characters. Sometimes there'll be like a whole story pack where you'll get like half a dozen missions that you'll play through, and then sometimes you'll get just like a level pack, which is this one level that you get in addition. So we played through I played through the level that came with it earlier this afternoon, and then went into back into the main story, and there's a Portal level in the main story as well, which gives you more boss fights. Now, what's cool is when you're doing the main story, like you'll have to sometimes get these portals that will come and grab stuff from like other dimensions. So like you have to break through a wall. You might find this portal that sends through the DeLorean time machine, and it'll just bust through the wall and then it'll disappear, right? Well, during the boss fight with GLaDOS, you open up this portal and it sucks in Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey. And so then Hal and GLaDOS are sitting there, these two corrupt AIs talking to each other, and Hal keeps calling her Dave. She's getting real pissed at the fact that he's calling her Dave. And
I support this.
that was definitely the best moment of this game for me, was watching GLaDOS and Hal bitch at each other.
That's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, Dave.
Yep.
So, Aaron, it does look like you are correct. They are voiced by Ellen McLean and Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, it's real good. Like the dialogue that they put in here, it just feels like, Luke, this is Portal 3. I know you're not going to ever get a real Portal 3 because Valve stopped making games, so this is as close as you're going to get. So go ahead, go out and buy yourself a PlayStation, buy yourself Lego Dimensions, and get yourself the Portal pack. You know, $300 later, you're going to have your Portal 3.
Is it really
You're
still
welcome.
that much to do that?
To get a PlayStation,
PlayStation
and Lego.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, the PlayStation part. Luke doesn't. They don't have it on Switch, Tyler.
Yeah,
Or
Tyler,
PC?
I spent $360 on Zelda, so I can spend $300 on Portal. I mean,
We've
just
established
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah. It's an option.
It is known. That's cool. I think I was kind of down on the whole Lego Dimensions thing at first, but this seems pretty neat. It seems to be pretty well done.
There are some things that I get real down on with this game. Being that, like, they shoehorn a lot of stupid little things in that, like, you can't do this thing because you don't have the special character. And except for a few of them, you can usually do what they call like a rent a hero or hire a hero. And so then you can like hire somebody for so many of the bits that can do the ability that you need to do to get the special thing. So it's not so bad. The only one that I'm really jonesing for is there's an arcade machine that you have to get that you have to do stuff with sometimes. But then I found out that arcade machine, it's a Midway thing, and it comes with like 20 classic arcade games as well that you can play on this. So I'm probably going to pick that up.
Ooh. That's awesome.
The
man.
amount of voice talent that they have in this game is actually insane.
'Cause,
Oh,
each
no.
time they get the people from the actual IPs, or at least someone close to it. That's cool.
Got
Yeah, they've got, I
Christopher
think-
Lloyd, Joel McHale, Liam Neeson.
Liam
They had
Neeson's?
they had all the archive from Doctor Who, all
Yep.
the archive audio.
Got
Chris
that Bruce Willis?
Pratt.
Bruce Willis?
Bruce.
What?
Maybe. I don't know if he was in any of the things.
Some Die Hard Portal action. That'd be cool.
Well, they're
Anyway.
not. It's not in here, Tyler, and they've canceled it, so they're not making anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you knew that.
It did.
They spent all their money on voice actors. They couldn't afford to keep going.
Voice
Breaking
actors
news,
and archive
everybody.
audio.
Lego Dimensions has been canceled.
There's Gandalf. There he is.
And so has Paragon.
Hey,
Hey, that's true. Luke, you're right. Do we want to talk about that? We
I
can
think
talk
we
about
just
that.
did.
All
I
right.
think
Yeah.
that's.
You know what? That's a
That's it.
great segue to talk about the news. It's not playing again. It's betrayed me twice in a row. There it goes. I think my computer's dying again, you guys.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh no, everything's falling apart again. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, is Cat back? I thought we lost Cat.
sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, so
We have a
we
puppy.
we have a puppy,
Yeah, you
and
gotta- Yeah.
she woke up pretty much for the whole beginning of the podcast. She was sleeping on me,
Uh-huh.
and now she's awake. And I'm just trying to keep her from chewing, pooping, and peeing on things. So
Okay, all right. Well, hey, before we talk about the news, we can talk about Rusty Lake Paradise if you got a second, Cat.
oh, so you guys know that whole game franchise is pretty screwed up. How?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they outdid themselves with the creepiness of this one. It's
There was what, Rusty Lake Hotel and Rusty Lake
Roots.
Roots. Yep.
The roots. Yep.
And I haven't finished yet. I feel like I'm close to it, but this one definitely outdoes the horror stuff that you kind of go through of the other games. The other games were pretty
I
terrible
was
too.
gonna say that's saying something because
Yeah.
the other games was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, this one is
Yeah.
pretty much too.
If I remember, you kind of like went inside people and did things to them, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one I replaced someone's heart with a mechanism. So I took someone's heart out and replaced it with a working mechanism. This one has to do all with a set of family members, and you're drawn back to Rusty Lake because of the issues going on.
Hmm.
So there's blood and body parts and typical Rusty Lake stuff.
okay, all right. What?
Just an average day in Rusty Lake.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
And it's all just delivered in this nice, cute, colorful package.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty messed up, the stuff that you end up having to do.
What keeps you coming back to Rusty Lake, Cat? What's the?
I like the gameplay of the puzzles. I really like the puzzles.
Is that primarily the gameplay is like solving puzzles and just they
Yeah.
happen to be wrapped up in this weird twisted
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing? Okay.
Speaking of puzzles you like, there's another of the Room
What?
games.
Not related to the movie.
Not related to the
You made it into a game. It's a franchise.
You're tearing me apart, Cat. Sorry.
Those are actually pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly what draws me other than, I like the artwork. I like the puzzles themselves.
Oh.
But yeah.
There sure are a lot of leeches. Like,
This
there's
is-
a leech inside that guy's lobster?
Okay, so this one revolved around the curses that the family kind of came under One of them was leeches. One of them was
Leeches come from a can. They were put there by a man. Google it, kids. It's from the 90s.
Google it now.
Sorry.
But yeah, there's locusts, and you have to go through each. What do you call those? Curses. Each disease is in eight curses, and you solve puzzles for each one. And you're trying to save. Your mother passed away, and you're trying to bring back her memories, and it's creepy, but interesting.
I can confirm that it
I
is
can't
creepy.
see any of you guys getting into this at all.
It doesn't look like for me, but I'm intrigued by it. It's definitely weird and seems neat.
I'm more intrigued by the fact that Kat is all gung ho about this. I did not take her for the type of person that would enjoy this type of content.
You mean the gore and the blood and the
Yeah,
sacrifices and leeches?
yeah. Leeches, going into somebody's heart and doing things inside their bodies and stuff. It's
Well, I do
I don't
touch
know.
naked people for a living, so
there it is.
And this is what she's thinking about when she's doing it, people. So there
I
you
wonder
go.
if I can just reach inside their soul.
Swap that heart out real quick while not even paying attention.
yeah.
That's cool.
I will probably, if they keep coming out with games, I will keep playing them. I just like the way the puzzle styles are done completely. Like, yeah, a different theme would be 100 times better, but
Okay.
I love the way the puzzles play.
I don't trust that guy at all. Well, hey, Rusty Lake, keep making them. Keep it rusty. So Luke, you talked about a game called Paragon, and it turns out
Yeah,
that
We
is
weren't really
gonna-
going to, but the setup was too perfect for it. I had to.
Yeah, you gotta sometimes you gotta take the segue when it presents itself. So Paragon is a game that is a MOBA and it's kind of a third person action thing, and they're gonna shut it down. It was a game by Epic. They are soaking in the popularity of Fortnite right now. Their Battlegrounds mode is super duper popular.
Battle Royale, please.
Battle Royale, Battlegrounds, yeah, same thing. But yeah, this was their attempt to this is a real MOBA. Look at this, real graphics in a MOBA, real gameplay that you like in a MOBA, and it wasn't very fun. I played the beta of it, and it just felt like it was kind of bland and boring and not super
Tedious?
fun. Tedious is a good word. They had a card system where you get cards and equip a deck before you started a match, and I don't know. I'm one of them stinky casual Heroes of the Storm players, so all that kind of extra garbage is not very appealing to me. I really like the hero system, so it already lost me there. But yeah, on top of it, it just didn't feel like it had much of a soul. It just felt like, hey, we can make a really pretty game that is also a MOBA. And
Yeah, I
Turns
remember
out,
in the beta I did maybe 3 or 4 matches and uninstalled, got invited for a few more beta tests and just deleted the email. And even seeing this article, I was like, Paragon, why do I know that name? Oh yeah, it was that awful game I played. Now, granted, beta is beta. I'm sure it changed a lot since then. Maybe it got good, but apparently not as good as Fortnite.
yeah, it sounds like they pretty much shrunk the staff and just kind of decided to softly
Cut their losses.
let that thing die.
Are they offering refunds?
They're offering
I don't
refunds on this?
Don't know.
No?
It says it'll be
Quote me on it.
live and playable for the next 3 months, but also warns fans to expect less than ideal gameplay experience. Because the population continues to decrease, matchmaking times and quality will further degrade. So yeah, until there's those last 5 people that are super really good at Paragon and it's their favorite game, you're gonna be fighting against them a lot. Yeah, it was it was a free-to-play game, so I don't know what they would refund unless it was like, you know, recent purchases if you recently bought skins or characters or whatever.
This article here says Epic promises to fully refund all money spent by its players.
Whoa.
Huh.
Wow, period, full stop,
That's-
huh?
It'd be surprising. It's been out for a few years, hasn't it?
You do have to fill out
Maybe.
a form with like purchase information though, so it's not going to be automatic.
Oh.
There's
But
hoops to jump through.
yeah, some hoops, but if you spent some decent money on it and want to recoup those losses,
Yeah.
might be worth it.
It just seems crazy to me there's so many other games that have lived like so long past their prime. Like is this like I could see them saying like we're not gonna
Like
make
World
any
of
new
Warcraft?
content. God damn, Luke.
We're gonna refund everything you've ever spent in World of Warcraft. We're shutting it down.
Yeah, that's nuts. But no, God damn it, I lost my train of thought now. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. You cut me deep with that one, Luke Phillips. You cut me deep.
That one was there. I had to take that one too.
Yeah, Jesus.
Golden opportunities.
I think
You know
you
what I
were
mean? Like, it's
like
just
surprised that this is being shut down with.
Yeah, I just can't imagine, even if they said like, hey, we're taking people off the development team, we're gonna leave a skeleton crew behind to keep
No
the
more
servers
patches, no
running and
more
stuff.
updates.
Yeah, like I don't know how that could not remain profitable for them, you know, like to just let people keep unless there's like nobody playing it already.
That has to be it. There has to be just literally 3 people playing this game at any given time. It's going to be an Arrested Development moment where like, there's dozens of us,
Right? Yeah.
and like they can't have made a lot of money if they're going to refund it all too.
That's a good point.
It's going to be like, oh, we're going to owe our players $163 total.
Jesus. Yeah. Luke Phillips not pulling any punches tonight. You hear that, Epic? Oh, you're gonna lose all 163 of your dollars that you made on Paragon. Yeah, I think you're right. Like they must have crunched the numbers and said, like, we'll actually buy more goodwill by giving this money back than trying to keep this thing going. So
It's also tax season. Maybe this is all just a big write-off.
hey, if we liquidate Paragon, guys, we're gonna Trump's got to take care of us on the back end. Don't worry. Big tax cut for killing a game. Oh man, there you go. Well, hey, Paragon gonna be Paragon in a couple months.
Not bad.
I have to give
Nailed it.
credit to whoever. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Somebody
nailed it.
I stole it, but yeah, I'll take credit. Hey, also, what the fuck is Nintendo Labo?
Oh my god.
Tyler,
I'm
it's
asking
basically-
sincerely because I missed the I missed the Nintendo Direct.
Tyler, it's have you ever wanted to origami yourself some video game accessories out of cardboard?
Not
'Cause
even
that's-
once. No.
That's literally what it is. You get these sheets of cardboard, you punch pieces out, and then you put them together in a way that makes a thing that you can use.
Does it come in a cereal box?
Play with your. It's basically a glorified cereal box. No, I think it's a little sturdier than that. It's like corrugated cardboard. It's high quality cardboard here, Luke.
This ain't
Okay.
your daddy's
Sorry.
cardboard. This is wild. Like this seems like Nintendo just blows my mind with the stuff that they come up with. Like I've seen a lot of people shitting on this. I don't want to shit on it. I think it's just
it's neat.
crazy and neat and weird and cool. I don't know. It reminds me of those. Does anyone follow Arby's on social media? Or just my fat ass?
Nihilist Arby's, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, Arby's Facebook and Twitter accounts also post like these crazy, like cardboard art things that they do for like video games and pop culture. They're really neat. This looks exactly like that. I don't know. They're making
No, I think it's neat. It's just
It's cool.
kind of challenging the idea of what the system's used for and what we think of as play. Like I don't think it's I don't know that it's for me or anyone on this podcast, but if I were like 9 or 10 years old, I think it's pretty fucking cool. Like, you can build a piano out of it. Like, I think just the way they're using the tech in the Switch to do this. Like, I guess you put the Joy-Cons inside the little cardboard piano that you build, and then it reads the distance, from the Joy-Cons with the infrared to tell which note you're supposed to play, like which note you're playing on it.
Yeah, they're showing like
There's a fishing rod. There's
almost VR
Okay,
stuff
wait.
where
Hang on, there was a thing where you had your two Joy-Cons on these like little feet,
yeah.
and you were using he was using the Switch to move it around. Like,
How's it
is that the
moving?
I think the
The
HD
rumble, yeah.
is transferring through the cardboard and making it move along the floor.
Yeah.
Shut the
Yeah,
front door.
Okay,
there's some
this
neat
is
tech
actually
in this.
pretty cool.
and the cardboard, like, it's easy to poke fun at it, but better cardboard than big old plastic. I mean, how much Rock Band gear is in landfills right now?
Well, here's the other thing: is how much is that cardboard stuff really going to cost? It can't be that much, right?
Right.
So
I think they're going to
your
give you
kid,
the blueprints
spills
to.
orange juice on it, and you have to go buy a new one, whatever.
Yeah.
It allows.
I think they're going to have blueprints you can download and make your own if you ruin it, which you will.
Well, and it allows them the ability to make literally anything and be very reactive with this and proactive with this. They can put whatever they want out there, and if it sucks and nobody wants it, oh well, they didn't waste a bunch of money on R&D. It's just they've created these templates for cardboard.
Hmm.
Yeah. I hope that this stuff, like, I hope that they give people a lot of ability to make their own stuff, like their own designs. It'd be cool if the software that comes with it gives you just like, some ideas that you can play around with and tweak. Because I imagine some of the stuff people come up with is going to be really cool.
For sure.
And especially, like, think about if people take these designs and then 3D print the parts and stuff instead and make like these crazy like plastic or even metal contraptions or something. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you could take this. You could take this cardboard and then cut these things out of sheet metal and have
Yeah.
your own thing. Like, use the cardboard as a template.
Yeah. It's cool.
But this
Yeah,
is this is the most Nintendo-ass thing in the world, though.
It is that.
Just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we are all here screaming at Nintendo, saying, "Shut up and take our money and give us a virtual console, and you will make literally buckets of money." And then they put out,
They're like,
this-
yeah, but what if you could make things out of cardboard instead, though?
what if we gave you arts and crafts?
And what if it's good?
But what if it's good?
Yeah.
That's right.
Can you imagine if Sony or Microsoft had a presentation? They're like, cardboard accessories for Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
No, and that's kind of where I'm like,
I'm glad
I-
Nintendo's out there being weird. Like,
yep.
Even if this isn't for me, even if it's not successful, I'm glad they're doing it. It's neat.
Yeah. It's
They're
like,
the only company that could pull this off, though.
Hmm.
and to be fair, Microsoft kind of did try to do that with the Kinect. Like, the Kinect was their weird thing, but
Rest in
it just,
peace.
right. Yeah. And I mean, who knows? This will probably die too, horribly, and go up in flames, but whatever, try stuff, man. It's cool.
What if this is literally like the next biggest thing ever?
It's like, you can't believe what I did with my Labo. They are still real bad at naming stuff, though, right? Like,
Yep.
That's a real stupid
Yeah.
name, we can at least say. Nintendo Labo.
They could have
Well-
literally just called it Nintendo Cardboard, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, but
Didn't Google take that name?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. They probably can.
Google owns the word cardboard now.
Wasn't that their VR set?
It was.
Yeah.
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 But I think Google Cardboard
think-
is the thing, not just
I
cardboard.
think it's also the name of an app that Google has.
I think you're right.
So they might actually have a trademark on it for a tech application.
Well, if you decide that you want to go the other route, and instead of making things out of cardboard on your Switch, you want to like, hey, I'm going to dive into PC gaming. I'm going to build me a PC. I'm going to have a real sweet rig. You might have a hard time doing that these days.
You're in a real bad time.
Yeah,
Yep.
you came in
Never
a real
been a
bad
better time to be a console gamer.
Yep. Because the cryptocurrency is the hot new thing that everyone cares about, and Bitcoin miners are buying up all the GPUs. Turns out a graphics card is really good at crunching numbers needed to farm bitcoins, and people are buying them all up. I say
Yeah,
people, but it's
that's-
like Bitcoin farms. It's like people actually setting up warehouses full of computers, full of these, Bitcoining rigs, and driving the prices way up, making them scarce. Kind of sucks.
And it's always been a thing for quite a while. The GPUs are much more efficient at mining these coins, but just the massive spike in the value of Bitcoin, it's just made the demand for these so much higher.
I don't understand what a Bitcoin is. I don't understand any of that.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
It's fake money that is usable, and you can mine with your computer. There you go.
it's
Solved it.
This is where I say that all money's fake money now, essentially.
Yeah, but
Not
this
all
is
money, just most
this
of
is
it.
digital money.
Right.
Yeah.
So is most of our money.
Yeah, you're right.
It's fine.
That's true.
I mean, when it
It
boils
makes sense. It's fine.
when it boils down, Brian, there's no longer gold representing
Yeah,
every single
yeah, I
dollar in circulation. So even your real paper dollars are fake money. It's all
Right.
fake.
So yeah,
It's all
Yeah,
bullshit.
but this is just really, really fake.
yeah, it's extra.
Extra fake.
Brian and I know what's up. Anyway, yeah, I actually have a buddy at work who has been telling me for the past month or two about how his little brother has been building his gaming PC. He's super excited, and he's getting all the parts one by one as he can. And he was saving the GPU for last, since
the
that was
crown
kind of
on
the
top.
thing. That was going to be the crown jewel. And now he's ready to buy one and cannot find it anywhere. He said, I think the one he was looking at was a NVIDIA card, and they had it, I want to say it was on Newegg or something for just shy of $600, and then it went out of stock. Then it came back on at $640 or something. So they jacked the price up a little bit when it came back, and it was immediately out of stock. He said he tried to go and look on eBay or somewhere else, and they had it up over 900, almost some people were even trying to sell them for $1,200. So double the market value for these things.
NVIDIA is asking people to, sell to people building a PC and not people mining, but what are you going to do?
It's kind of hard when you can buy these online, it's not like you can,
Right.
it's not like the CAPTCHA comes up and asks you to beat Donkey Kong before you can buy the...
We have a gaming quiz for you to take if you're going to purchase this graphics card, sir.
Be curious if they could in their I'd be curious if in their their drivers they could put something in there that would make it so that it's not as good at mining anymore. I don't know the difference between how mining works versus how the graphics functions will work, but I'm curious if they could do something like that. If they're serious about it, but I doubt they're serious about it because they're
They'd be
selling
taking
out
away
this
a
stuff
market.
faster than they can make it.
Yeah, it's
That'd be too far in the other direction. I think they'd be sticking their thumbs in the eyes of a lot of their customers, even if they don't like
That's
the
what
way
I'm
they're
saying.
using the product.
They're saying go ahead and to sell it to people building a PC. They're not serious about that. They're serious about making money.
I'm sure the
It
bubble's
sounds
going
like-
to burst
yeah.
at some point.
I guess the trouble is, exactly. So the customers that they have right now are not going to be the customers that they have in 5 or 10 years. That's what NVIDIA and the other
ATI.
one. Thank you. ATI and these different PC
AMD.
component manufacturers, AMD. Thank you, Luke. They want you to buy in and be a customer for life. They want when the next time you upgrade, you'd come back and buy another one of the products. And these guys who are mining bitcoins it's one and done. This is, once this bubble bursts, you're gonna see these things on Craigslist for $100, and those people aren't gonna buy them again. But the guy who wants to build a PC right now, they're the ones that they want to try to win as customers for life. So
I wonder if we'll see the next generation of video cards. There'll be 2 different models, and one is specifically designed for Bitcoin mining, and he has all the other features stripped out of it that aren't needed. And then you have just your full-fledged gaming GPU.
I think AMD did that. I think they have a model that is supposed to be that, but like once that sells out, then what do you you know what
Right.
do
You
you
can
do?
still go back to the gaming ones, but
Right. But yeah, I get it. That is a good idea. It would at least be, you know, kind of a stopgap at least, or
And they can
something.
make the Bitcoin mining ones a little bit cheaper, so that people who are looking to buy a mining rig would buy those first at least.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah, so it's a weird problem, but hopefully it calms down soon. And
Yeah.
hey, you know, sunny side up, in a year or two, be able to get a GTX 1080 for dirt cheap. Of some poor sap who put all of his, you know, he like reverse mortgaged his house so he could start a Bitcoining farm.
Yep. Just got to hit up eBay in a year.
Which is
2018 's
great for
weird.
me, because I was thinking, man, in about another year I'm gonna have to scrap this whole thing and upgrade everything on my rig, and boy, I'll be getting a dirt cheap GPU at that time.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled for that Bitcoin special. Excuse me. How about hey, you like weird stuff? Sony and ThinkGeek are gonna make little not amiibos.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Okay.
alright.
I'm not sure there's a lot of Sony IPs I want little dollies of, but
Oh come on, you don't want Parappa the Rappa?
no.
How about Sackboy?
My amiibos aren't really amiibos either. Like, I've never used an amiibo in a game.
Not
They're just
yet.
dollies what sit on my desk at work.
Yeah, there'll be a time.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Whenever-
eventually you'll get that real Animal Crossing, and
Yeah. Whenever that comes around for the Switch,
KK
that's the
Slider
same
will
as the
be
last 4 Animal Crossings.
tearing it up right
I'll
there
buy
for
it.
you. Yeah. You know, when they put out the real 2D Zelda, you'll be able to pop Animal Crossing people down into
I could get some KK Slider in my Zelda. Sure.
it, right?
Why not?
And you could just
So-
have them like hanging out in your house. That'd be
Yeah.
Is this gonna be like from every Sony property? Like, are there gonna be
Well,
just these, Heavy Rain and like all sorts of, like, they're serious? Like, how far are they going?
I
with
think
this?
I'm
guess
going to
what
let
I'm-
you answer that question yourself, Kring. What do you think?
I'm curious. I'm just curious how far they're gonna take this, because I see like
Anything they think
Kratos
is going to
there.
be a good seller, I imagine.
so far. There's
I see Bloodborne.
boy,
God
I'm not
of
going to
War.
try to say that name, but a person from Tekken, yeah, Kratos, Sackboy, the
Heihachi?
Hunter. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, because
Heihachi.
the reason that Amiibo work is because pretty much everything Nintendo makes is cutesy and cartoony, and it all just sort of works as a toy. But a lot of the things that Sony makes, they don't work as toys. Kratos doesn't really work as a toy.
Crash Bandicoot looks like a fucking toy, bro.
Yeah, you've got a few in there, but it's not like they can't just
Sackboy?
go.
Come on.
They can't just go diving into their whole catalog and give me a Shadow of the Colossus toy. Yeah, well,
I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone, but
Bad example.
yeah, that sounds cool.
okay,
have
Heavy
a-
Rain.
Have a big old Colossus on my
Well,
desk.
not every game. You're right. Not every game.
Yeah, is it
Not
a
every
zero
franchise.
sum game? Does it have to be? Do we have
No,
to
I'm
have
just
a-
curious. I guess thinking about Sony, I think of them more in they have a lot of very serious adult games, and not so much that would be kid friendly for toy making.
Huh.
I don't know. That's
The Bloodborne toy looks pretty
maybe
cool.
I'm the wrong one here. Maybe I'm the outlier. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Kratos got a big old axe. He looks kind of neat.
You got a beard, Kring.
And a
I don't know what
beard.
you're dealing.
Yeah,
I
and
don't even-
Kratos.
Did you
see the beard?
Kratos is also in a brutally violent game, and now we have to have a toy for him.
Click the JPEG.
It's not a toy. It's
It's
a
a
collectible action figure.
An action
Yeah.
figure. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not all my amiibos are, cutesy toys. I got Link's looking pretty cool. He's got his, elf ears and his hat.
Very
and his-
masculine.
Yeah, he's very, yeah.
Does
Like almost
Link ever
hyper-masculine.
take part in a sex minigame, Tyler?
Well, not yet.
Oh, I'm sure somewhere on the internet.
Can confirm. You would be surprised. Anyway, Kring, since you're the resident Xbox expert, Why don't you tell us about that Game Pass getting an upgrade? Don't hurry.
The Game Pass getting an upgrade is probably literally the only reason that anybody would ever buy Game Pass, because if you had an Xbox One since launch and had Gold since launch like I have, pretty much 90% of all the games available on Game Pass today, you've already gotten free as one of the games with Gold, and it's already in your library, and so Game Pass is a waste of your money. But now that they're going to put all the brand new games on there, that's kind of cool if they make games.
Well, hey, you got Sea of Thieves is going to be on there. That
one.
was pretty cool.
That's one.
It's got my attention.
Crackdown 3.
That's another.
State of Decay 2.
That one's going to bounce right off me.
And the other ones.
Exactly.
All the rest of them, too.
Exactly.
I think it's a smart move from Microsoft.
It is
they
a very
can line
smart
up some
move.
studios and, deliver the games, but
That's the thing. It's a smart move. It looks more like it feels more like an empty promise than anything else. Like, oh, we're going to have all of this here for you, but then when you
it's a first
pull
step.
when you pull back the curtain and you're like, yes, all these Microsoft Studios games, you pull back the curtain, you see like, oh, there's 3, maybe 4 this year, and that's all there's going to be for the next 2 years. And then you realize that like it's not that great because they don't put out any content.
I feel like
It's an improvement to what's there, if
It
nothing
is.
else, first of all. And I'd pay $10 to play Sea of Thieves to see if
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to buy it
for
on
sure.
PC.
I mean, yeah, you could probably rent it from like a Redbox or something too. I don't know.
I mean,
But
it's a step towards the Netflix for games that we talk about.
That's actually a pretty perfect analogy. Like they're creating their original content. You got your Sea of Thieves and Halo, and that's your your Game of Thrones and Westworld, that kind of stuff. But then they also have all the other games from older games from other developers and stuff. So
Stuff
They need
comes
to
on
fill
to
up
it that's
the
been out
games.
for a year.
yeah.
For me, this would probably be more of I would utilize this more like a rental system, like I'll pay for it for a month and play Sea of Thieves that month and play the crap out of it while I have it for that month, and then next month I'll probably let it lapse, and then when something else comes along that I see that I want to play, I'll probably subscribe again for another month. I don't know if
I
it's
think
something
they know that.
I will have constantly.
That raises some questions about DLC and
Right.
that sort of thing too. If they know if games are going to be used this way, then is that going to change how they make and deliver games?
I like the idea behind this. Hopefully, whenever if Nintendo decides to go down a similar route with their online thing and allow people to kind of quote unquote rent games through it or access them as part of like a subscription service, that it looks more like this and less like the timed thing that they were talking about last year.
Yeah, that didn't sound good.
So
I
yeah,
think this is a very smart move from Microsoft, and who knows how well they'll deliver on it. But I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good step.
And let's not forget that none of us thought that we would be all owning Nintendo consoles in 2018 and raving about how great the games are on them, playing them crazy. Like, hopefully Microsoft is taking notes from the past couple of years and they're moving stuff around to bring some hardcore, exclusive first party stuff. Who knows? It wasn't that long ago that everybody had an Xbox 360 and that was the console to have.
The thing that makes me nervous about this is I like this idea. It's a very good idea, and I want this sort of thing, the Netflix for games. I want this to succeed, and it would be great that to have a business model where I go out and I buy an Xbox, and then I pay them $10, $15, $20 a month, whatever that looks like, and I can play whatever first party games they want and do it like a Netflix for games, and so you don't actually own the physical discs. You just are
If you subscribe for a year, I'll knock $100 off that Xbox for you.
That and that you could get into some sort of like cell phone like pricing models where they, you pay for a subscription up front and you get a discount on your console.
Yeah.
But my concern is that it's the wrong company leading the charge on this because they don't have a lot of content. So is this going to die? And then the industry will look at that and go, see, well, it died. Whereas if Nintendo did this or if Sony did this, they have a lot of great first-party content. And that's something that you might see more people take advantage of on one of their systems.
Wasn't it less than 10 years ago we were all still getting discs in the mail from Netflix? And the streaming thing seemed like an afterthought and like no one cared about it?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
Things can change pretty quick. I don't know.
You're
I'm
not
just
wrong.
saying, like, people subscribe to Netflix for the original content that they make. So Microsoft could be making some real crazy power play move here that is whooshing over people's heads. I don't know.
I want this model to succeed. Genuinely want this model to succeed. So if it fails because Microsoft has a crap library, that's going to be disappointing.
Stop being mean to Microsoft.
Yeah.
They've had enough.
You know what? I bought that thing at launch, and I talked both you and Tyler into buying one because I love that piece of hardware, but they have terrible games.
Are the games
I think
terrible?
I made
There's
my own
just
bad
not
decision
enough.
on that one.
I didn't. I was goaded into this thing. It's all his fault. Anyway, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week, guys. Thanks for joining me. It was good to be back. It's good to knock the rust off, get back at it. So
It was.
You can find us every single week right here at twitch.tv/questlogcast. Unless we're playing board games and watching The Room in a hotel, not here.
Or camping.
Or camping. Stay tuned because that'll happen later. But yeah, questlogcast.com. You can also find the show. Any way you like it, you can download it from iTunes. You can get it on YouTube. All the links are right there at questlogcast.com. Brian's been writing a lot. He's pretty good at it. You can check out some of the articles he's been posting also at questlogcast.com. And you can follow us on Twitter at questlogcast. If you want to email the show, mail at questlogcast.com is where you would do that. Yeah, that's going to do it for me, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
Take care.
Have a good week.